Everyone thinks a 5G hotspot is just an overpriced version of the hotspot on your phone, but here is the thing. In 2026, the Inseego MiFi M2100 5G UW can outperform both your phone and some home Wi-Fi in the right conditions, because it is built to handle multiple devices at once without melting down. Hold up, that does not mean it is perfect. In my 2-week test across downtown UW zones, suburban streets, and a crowded parking space, I found speed spikes that made me grin and some battery and heat quirks that made me raise an eyebrow. Everyone says just tether your phone. I used to agree, but after stress testing this little box, the trade-offs are not what you think. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you are already leaning yes and want to get it at the best current price, I have the link below. But stick around, because a few findings might save you from a bad setup or a wasted upgrade. I bought the MiFi M2100 because my travel days kept turning into tech roulette. Hotel Wi-Fi was a mess, coffee shop networks were throttled to a crawl, and my phone hotspot would torch my battery and overheat within an hour on video calls. As a remote creator bouncing between client shoots and editing sessions, I needed reliable upload speeds and low-latency zoom without babysitting my phone. I had tried cheaper LTE hotspots. They cracked under pressure. Wi-Fi 5 congestion, lag spikes, and streaming stutters with just a few devices, so I went in skeptical. Verizon 5G ultra-wideband sounds amazing in ads, but is it still a street corner party trick? And at around $219.99 on Amazon with a 3.6 average rating, this is not impulse buy territory. I needed proof it could be my portable office without constant fiddling, and I needed it to tame 10 to 15 devices when my crew piles on. Test 1. Peak speed and coverage. Downtown, within clear line of sight to a Verizon UW node, the M2100 lit up. I saw sustained 600 to 900 Mbps down with bursts higher and 50 to 100 Mbps up with single-digit to mid-teens ping. File syncs and 4K proxy uploads flew, but then I rounded the corner and lost that direct beam. The unit shifted to Verizon 5G nationwide or LTE, and speeds dropped to a more everyday 60 to 150 Mbps down, 10 to 25 up, pings around 20 to 40 ms. Translation: incredible in the UW sweet spot, still solid and very usable elsewhere. Indoors by a window, I stayed in the 100 to 200 Mbps range consistently, which is plenty for remote work. Test 2. Multi-device Wi-Fi 6 load. I connected 12 devices at once, 2 laptops on Zoom, a tablet streaming 4K, a phone backing up photos, a console pulling a game update, and a couple of smart accessories. With Wi-Fi 6, the M2100 handled it better than any LTE hotspot I have used. Throughput per user stayed predictable and latency spikes were minimal, but then I pushed range. One concrete wall and about 40 feet later, throughput dipped and a single 4K stream buffered once. Move it closer or central and it is rock steady again. If you film, game, or run a pop-up team huddle, the Wi-Fi 6 advantage is real. Test 3. Battery and heat. The 3500 mAh removable battery gave me roughly 7 hours of mixed use at moderate loads and closer to 4.5 to 5.5 hours when hammering UW speeds. In a warm car on a sunny day, the unit got toasty and once throttled briefly. On a desk with light airflow, it was fine. Using it as a power bank did top off my phone, but obviously cuts runtime. There is an 8500 mAh accessory battery sled if you are a power user. If you plan all-day field work, that add-on makes sense. Test 4. Tethering, setup, and stability. Over USB-C, my laptop hit full available bandwidth with slightly lower latency, and charging pass-through worked well. The 2.4-inch touchscreen is simple to navigate for quick checks, and the web interface gives you more control. Security-wise, it is designed with enterprise layers and worked with my VPN and IT policies without weird hiccups. But then the friction. Verizon activation took me about 15 minutes in store plus a firmware update at home. During my first day, I had a single random reboot. After the update, it ran clean. Scanning Amazon reviews explains that 3.6-star rating. Some users report activation frustrations and heat-related slowdowns if you sit in direct sun or shove it in a tight bag. Here is the revelation that flipped my opinion. The M2100's secret weapon is not just peak 5G fireworks. It is reliable, consistent throughput for many devices hour after hour, even when you are not sitting under a UW node. Phone hotspots are convenient, but phone radios are juggling too many jobs and will throttle, overheat, or deprioritize hotspot traffic. This box is purpose-built to be a network for your gear. In real work, that matters more than a heroic single-speed test. I invested over 25 hours of testing across different buildings and routes to be sure. Compared to a cheaper LTE hotspot, the jump in responsiveness when multiple people hit the network is night and day. Compared to newer, pricier 5G hotspots, the M2100 slots in as the value play. You get Wi-Fi 6 up to 30 connected devices, Verizon 5G ultra-wideband support where available, and a removable battery at a mid-tier price. Is it too good to be true? Only if you expect wave magic everywhere. Ultra-wideband is location-dependent. Know your coverage map, plan on LTE and 5G nationwide most of the time, and position the unit smartly indoors. Do that and it earns its keep. Now that you know the real win is consistent multi-device stability, not just peak speed, you will want to grab it while the price is favorable and stock is decent. Link is in the description for the best current deal, and check your local Verizon UW coverage before you click. Bottom line. If you are a remote pro, creator, field tech, event organizer, or family road tripper who needs predictable bandwidth for lots of devices, the Inseego MiFi M2100 5G UW is a strong buy at around $219.99. If you live far from Verizon ultra-wideband and rely solely on battery for all-day heavy use, either add the extended battery or consider stepping up to a newer model with broader 5G band support. For everyone else who is tired of flaky phone tethering, this is the portable router that actually behaves like a network. Set it smart, keep it cool, and let it do what your phone will not.